Hey everyone, today we're going to be revisiting a bag that I featured on the channel a while back. This is the Aer Lunar Pack, which is a collaboration that they did with Ministry of Supply. And Aer in general makes some of my favorite bags. They're just really well rounded, durable, I love the aesthetics. There's a ton of amazing options to pick from. However, if I had to pick just one bag from Aer that I would go to probably most regularly, it would likely be the Lunar Pack. I actually included this in a video that I did a while back where I talked about my dream bag features. This one checked off a lot of the boxes that I typically look for. I haven't called it out as much over the past year or so, just because this was meant to be a limited edition bag, so it wasn't always available. I don't like featuring bags that are hard to get, as I feel like it's frustrating to see a bag, be excited about it, and then it's just nowhere to be found. And so I'm making this video because I realized that Ministry of Supply has these on their site at the moment. So I was really excited to see that, as I feel like it's a little bit of an under the radar bag that's quite amazing, especially compared to some of the newer bags that have come out. It also comes in at an under $200 price point, which seems to be getting more rare these days. So really excited to have a chance to revisit this and talk about why I like this bag so much. Before doing so, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Danny, and on this channel, we love reviewing popular travel and everyday carry gear. If you like these types of videos and you'd be interested in seeing more, please consider subscribing, as it helps the channel out a lot. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump in. Starting off with the outside of the bag, I really like the overall aesthetic. The design here is meant to be inspired by the life support systems that are on spacesuits, which I think is a pretty cool backstory. For me, what I really like about it is that it's a really minimal and subtle aesthetic. Aer's bags in general are fairly minimal, but they're pretty sleek. They're very techy looking. This to me is just a little bit simpler, reminds me almost of something like an Evergoods bag or a Bellroy bag, so it's just more subdued, which I really like. It's gonna blend in well into a lot of different environments. I've used this for work, for exploring different cities. I've traveled with it. I've used it for pretty much everything, and it never feels out of place. It's offered in a couple of different colors. They have it in the black version that I have here, as well as a navy version. And then as far as the materials, the bag feels very solidly built. This exterior fabric is a 1200D Cordura nylon. As mentioned, I've had this for a couple of years. I've beat it up and it still looks almost like new. So very durable, weather resistant. You have some really nice YKK zippers all throughout. You have an aqua guard on the laptop compartment, so really taking care of the essentials. Great build quality, Duraflex buckles, so really just checking off all the boxes from a durability standpoint. And it's also a pretty lightweight bag, coming in at under 3 pounds, which is great considering the padding and the features that it offers. Continuing along the exterior, one of my favorite things about this bag is the handles. It's got two really beefy, comfortable handles, one at the top, one at the side, so that you can carry it like a briefcase if you want to. These offer plenty of space, very easy to reach down and grab them. They offer a nice amount of padding. It's not the same seatbelt-like material that you find on many of Aer's other bags. It's the same Cordura nylon, but it's just got a nice amount of padding, and it really feels like the handle is gonna hold up well over the longer term. On the exterior, you do not have an external water bottle pocket like many of Aer's bags have. They do have an alternative that I'll talk a little bit more about when we get into the organizational options, but just to say that it hasn't really bothered me to not have a traditional water bottle pocket on this bag. And then the branding itself is also really subtle. It's just kind of out of the way. Down at the bottom, you have the Aer and Ministry of Supply logos. And then taking a look at the capacity, the bag comes in at about 22 liters, which is a really great daily bag size. I was able to hold all the items that I normally like to carry with me, and the bag didn't feel overly full. And then even when it's completely packed out, I like that the bag maintains a pretty slim silhouette, hugs my back nicely, which has made it great for navigating crowded areas, jumping onto public transit, and carrying onto pretty much any domestic or international airline. Taking a look at the harness system, to me, the bag has been really comfortable to wear. Aer's harnesses in general are the style that I typically prefer. The cushioning on their straps is just really soft and comfortable. It feels very premium. I also like that on the inside they have a breathable mesh to help prevent moisture from building up. And the straps also have a nice width to help prevent the bag from digging into your shoulders when it's a little bit more packed out. It's got kind of a nice contoured shape, and then you have a magnetic sternum strap that's going to help distribute the weight. And you have a little D-ring here that you can use to hang your sunglasses or clip on additional accessories. So just, checking off all the boxes really nicely here as well. You can remove the sternum strap if you would like to. And then taking a look at the back paneling, this has also felt great. Again, similar to many of Aer's other bags, so a nice amount of padding that's well distributed. Same mesh here on the back to give you a little bit more breathability, and then a pretty deep air channel to create some airflow and ventilation while you're walking around throughout the day. This is definitely the style that I typically like. It's been really comfortable. And then you also have a luggage pass-through here that's going to allow you to rest this on a suitcase while traveling to save some weight on your back. And it pairs nicely with the handle that's included on the side so that you can rest this on, grab it very easily. And so that has worked out really nicely as well. Jumping into the organizational options, this is another area where the bag does a great job, and it differentiates itself a little bit from some of Aer's other offerings, which have a lot of organization. This one has a good variety, but it's a little simpler, which I really like. Starting off at the front, you have a simple zipper quick access pocket with a vertical orientation, so you can swing the bag around, grab something without taking it all the way off. Also pairs nicely with the carrying like a briefcase handle. You can reach down, grab whatever you need. This is a very simple pocket, doesn't have a lot of internal organization or anything like that, but a good amount of space. It even has some volume, so I'm able to place bulkier items in there. It also has a little lanyard with a carabiner that's going to be a good spot for your keys or a multi-tool. And then at the top, it has Aer's, really traditional, awesome quick access top pockets. So it's got a nice amount of space and then the soft lining on the inside to help preventing it scratching. Compartment also feels a little bit padded, so it's gonna really protect anything that you place in here. I love how much space this provides. It does eat into the main compartment a little bit, so I'll show you that when we dive into that area, but generally it's a fair trade-off in my opinion for the value that you get out of that pocket. And then coming back to the water bottle pocket situation, as mentioned, there's no external pocket, but this bag has the style of pocket that is tall and deep enough to be able to handle a water bottle pretty comfortably. But I've always liked these pockets because they provide just a little bit of extra functionality. If you don't typically carry a water bottle, you can use this to store chargers, other pouches, an umbrella, so it still serves a similar function, but to me it feels more versatile, and it still solves the challenge of not having the water bottle in the main compartment or near the laptop compartment. So really like the implementation here. This is another compartment that will take up some space from the main area if you use it, but for me, it still makes sense to be able to grab whatever I need easily. Reminds me a lot of the system that I saw in the M23 recently. So it's something that I've really enjoyed, works well for me. And then you have the dedicated laptop compartment, which is something that's really important to me, is to have a separate laptop area that's not part of the main compartment. I've been calling that out in a lot of my recent videos, and the more that I use bags like this, the more I realize that that's kind of a critical feature for me because I always have a laptop. And so this is a top loading compartment, very easy to get your laptop in and out. The compartment itself has the same great padding that many of Aer's other bags have, so a soft lining on the back. It's pulled up off the bottom of the ground. You also have an additional slip pocket on the inside that's going to be a great place to hold maybe a tablet. And so great implementation here. Definitely feels like my laptop is going to be well protected throughout the day. More than enough space. Again, for 15-inch laptops, I typically carry a 14-inch, so no issue there. And then moving into the main compartment, this does have a clamshell style opening, which I tend to prefer in general with both my travel and EDC bags. I just like the flexibility that it provides, makes it very easy to organize everything. It also feels like it just gives a little bit more space. And so it works really well, particularly with a bag that's 22 liters like this. It ends up feeling like it can hold more than you would think. It's pretty deceptive in my opinion. And so pretty simple layout here. On the back, you can see the quick access pocket and how much space this might take up. Then you have the side water bottle pocket, which when it's full will poke in here, but you still have a good amount of space with this open layout. On the back, you have a slip pocket that might be good if you're using this as a gym bag to separate out your shoes or some clothes. I don't tend to use this too much as I just put my pouches and other gear right on top of everything. So I like the simple layout. It works well with my packing style. It's able to hold a lot. And then on the lid, you have a couple of zippered pockets. You have a nice mesh one at the top. Good amount of volume for any chargers, toiletries, bulkier accessories that you're carrying. And then you have one at the bottom that's a little more hidden. Doesn't have the mesh so you can't see inside. So great for more sensitive items that you're not going to be grabbing a little bit more regularly. And yeah, so really like the layout in this main area and throughout the rest of the bag. I've used this, as mentioned, for a number of years now. I come back to it time and again. when I just need something that I'm comfortable with when I'm traveling, having the benefit of the laptop compartment, the luggage pass-through, and then, yeah, just the style. It's super unique as far as Aer's lineup. And if you have a chance to get it while it's available on Ministry of Supply's site, and you're just looking for a really sleek, versatile, kind of all-purpose bag, this is gonna be one of the best options to check out. And so to wrap up, even after a couple of years, the Aer Lunar Pack is still one of my favorite bags of all time. You can currently purchase this on Ministry of Supply's site for around $170, which is definitely a bit of an investment, but feels like a pretty reasonable price considering how many bags are coming in at over $200 these days, and it's gonna offer a really nice feature set and build quality for its price. And as much as I love the Lunar Pack, I recognize that its aesthetic, size, or features might not be for everybody, so if you liked a lot of the things that this bag has to offer, but are interested in checking out some other options, I definitely recommend taking a look at the roundup videos that I've done recently where I talk about my 15 favorite tech and EDC bags, as well as some of the videos that I've made where I talk about what I consider are ideal bags that have some of the features that this one includes. There's gonna be some great options in there to check out, like some of the other ones offered by Aer, like the City Pack Pro, some great options from Evergoods like the CTB26. And so make sure to check those out to see a wide variety of bags that are gonna have some of these great features. And if you'd be interested in me revisiting some of the other bags that I've had on the channel in the past, definitely let me know in the comments below. And as always, I want to thank you for watching and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos. And we'll see you in the next one.